Okay, I'm Kathy White, and I'm a physical therapist and a Feldenkrais practitioner from Knoxville, Tennessee. And I'm a solo practitioner, and I, love the course. One quality that I appreciated about the course was the novelty in having multiple layers of learning happening. There were individuals who were credentialed at this course, who had academic degrees, as well as individuals who were horseback riders and other credentialed individuals who weren't necessarily somatic educators. And I appreciated my ability to not be bored in that setting. So even though someone who doesn't have maybe the same background of anatomy and biomechanics as I do as a physical therapist, I still gathered and garnered great knowledge and information applications. And that was really interesting. I was talking with Heidi about that, how I appreciated being in a setting where it wasn't just fellow physical therapists or fellow Feldenkrais practitioners, that there were individuals who weren't necessarily even familiar with the Feldenkrais method that were there, and that it made it more real in how I could apply this material in my own clinical setting with individuals who are just off the street, don't necessarily have a background in somatic education. And one of the unique things that I also liked about this training was the ability to go from a kind of a didactic or cognitive learning, but then to go into experiential learning, and that's right up my alley. I love that, and it sparks a learning in me that I can't gain anywhere else. One of the constraints that I have whenever I'm choosing to go to a course, to go to a workshop, is how immediately I can put the information into my clinical practice, whether it's as a Feldenkrais practitioner or whether it's as a physical therapist. And this course certainly gave me immediate tools that I feel like I've integrated. There's still lots more, which is fabulous, in that there's even more potential of my own wild potential that I can grab onto and savor for myself and my own being and my own functioning, but also with my clients, and being able to provide more interesting, potent, useful, functional tools for them in order to change their life. Another piece that I want to share about why I liked this course and why I would be Miss Chamber of Commerce to recommend it to anyone. I had great insight about approaching death and dying and pain. My father is dealing with a terminal illness, and what the potential that he has is facing, and to give me some more groundedness as a human being, not only as a clinician, but to help him reach his potential within the scope that he has. And that was very touching to me, and that was a great pearl that I took away from the weekend. And actually it was more than a weekend, it was like 3 days, right? Why would I recommend someone to take this course? Again, my number one is, can I immediately put this into action? Can I use the tools? And today's continuing education days, as a physical therapist, you're more and more responsible for your own dollars to be able to go to a course. And I would gladly pay this course. I did. I pay for all of my own continuing education, and I think more facilities that are, if you do have another individual who's paying part of your continuing education, you have to get the most bang for your buck. And can an individual take their course certificate and say, hey, this is what I'm able to do now as a result of the cost of this continuing education course? I think it far exceeds their effectiveness than the dollars amount of the tuition. I think you'll reap it by leaps and bounds in your effectiveness and the usefulness and the satisfaction of the clients that you're working with.